change in Tennessee law helps save a man on death row from execution. This change has many asking what's next. Reporter Stacey Jacobson from Memphis looks into just how many other inmates could get off of death row.
The case against Michael Sample goes back to 1981, involving a double murder at the L&G convenience store on North Watkins. Sample and another man were convicted and sentenced to death. But years later, state and federal law changed.
The Supreme Court has said that it is unconstitutional for someone to be executed if they were intellectually disabled.
Shelby County District Attorney Steve Mulroy explains what happened in 2002 when the U.S. Supreme Court banned death sentences for people with intellectual disabilities. But there was still a gray area for people sentenced in earlier years, like Sample and another notable inmate.
When I was coming out here, the Purvis Payne case was going on.
Heidi Haynes is the executive director of the ARC Tennessee, an organization supporting people with intellectual disabilities.
Someone with an intellectual disability is someone that would require additional supports from the community or from their family to be able to live in society.
In 2020, Haynes and other disability advocates pushed for action at the state legislature to update Tennessee law that no one with an intellectual disability could be put to death. It passed and had an immediate impact on the case of Purvis Payne.
A state expert examined Payne and all available records.
That's former Shelby County District Attorney Amy Wyrick announcing she was giving up her fight to keep Payne on death row.
We can't change the facts, and we can't change the law.
Soon after, an attorney started drafting this 400-page filing for Sample. It includes expert testimony that the Memphis man is also intellectually disabled, potentially caught up in a murder he had no part in.
People with intellectual disabilities sometimes have hard times making decisions and are easily influenced.
Lawyers for Sample presented the case to Shelby County Judge Paula Scan in February, asking her to vacate the death sentence. Shelby County's current district attorney, Steve Mulroy, did not challenge the request.
The defendant met all three prongs of the test for intellectual disability. I was convinced that Michael Sample is in fact intellectually disabled and was at the time of the offense.
It worked. You can see here Sample is now sentenced to life in prison rather than death.
So it's so exciting to hear that that's working the way that it's supposed to.
Now the question becomes how many other inmates will get off death row. A post-conviction lawyer for Jesse Dotson, the Memphis man on death row for killing 6 people, including multiple family members and children in 2008, is asking the state Supreme Court to pay for a mental health examination, which could set the stage for a request down the line. Mulroy says he is not considering any other cases right now.
I will look at any case where there is a post-conviction filed that we have to respond to. All right? So if there is no post-conviction filed, I won't look at it.
For Sample, Mulroy says he opposes any parole.
Now, we should note another new law moves these decisions up to the state attorney general rather than a local district attorney.